Hi, my name is Elise, and I am your yoga coach on Balance Body and Beyond. Thank you for joining me today for a full body yoga practice. It will be a more condensed practice, but we are still going to hit all our poses, do all our stretches and strengthening exercises from our feet right up through our head. And with that, we'll untangle our thoughts, decompress, and hopefully by the time you're done with your practice, you will feel as good as new. Roll out your mats, and I'm going to offer out child's pose to begin. But if you want to take a different body position, maybe it's laying flat on your back or it's sitting upright, you are certainly welcome to do that. We're just going to take the first clip of time here to settle in, dial into our practice, and work on our deep yoga breathing. So find a posture that's comfortable for you if it's not child's pose. We'll join those big toes together. Walk your hands forward and push your hips back. You can let your forehead sink closely to the mat. You might shut your eyes. And rather than focusing on forgetting about everything, I want you to focus on keeping your attention onto your breath. Focus on the feeling of inhaling and focus on the feeling of exhaling. See if you can do that. Listen for your breath. Feel your breath. Now put a little attention into the sensation of pushing your fingertips into the mat with your fingers spread wide. And now try to relax through your facial muscles. And if you have any tightness in your lower back or wherever you're experiencing any tightness or restricted areas, see if you can breathe into those areas. Awesome. We're going to glide our body weight forward, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Cat-cow postures, rounding your back, looking to your toes. Inhale, look up and lift your tailbone to the ceiling. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Let your head hang. Open through your heart and chest as you come into your cow pose. Use your breath. Feel the curvature of the spine change. Don't feel like you're rushed. Take your time. Coming into a neutral spine, we're going to slide our right foot behind us and just stretch your calf, the bottom of your foot, your Achilles. If you've been on your feet for a few hours, this might be just what your feet need. Try that with the other foot. Little stretch in the back of the leg. Draw your belly in, right? So you don't want to develop this big arch in your back. Scoop the pelvis under the body and feel that change. Awesome. Both knees down, and we're going to send our left leg off to the side. We'll do little hip rocks here with our left leg off to the side of the mat. You can push as far back as you want. Maybe your elbows touch the ground, but we're doing a hip rock nonetheless. Now, I like the ball of my foot tucked under here on my right foot. I like that stretch in the bottom of my feet. I reference my feet a lot. I get a lot of feet cramping, foot cramping. I don't know what that is. Feet cramping. And for whatever reason, I do like to stretch my feet quite a bit. So lean forward, and now we'll get into the hip by simply rolling the left toes to the ceiling and then pushing the sole of that foot flat. So a little roll here, getting into the ball and socket joint of the hip. Try to keep your hips square, just like so. Yeah. All right, now keep that foot flat, and we're going to thread the needle. Bring up your left arm, look up to the ceiling, stretch your fingers, and then you're going to thread the needle, bringing the arm all the way under. Now your elbow can touch the ground. Look over your shoulder, and then inhale, lift back up. So your right elbow can touch the ground, almost doing like a mini push-up, and then back up. Big breaths, working through our T-spine, our thoracic spine. Up and hold. Both hands down. Now we're going to keep that left leg extended. Bring your arms overhead. And then turn your toes away from you. And we're going to come into a modified warrior two. It's really a hip opening exercise here. So the left knee is bent and we're opening through our hips. And then you're going to lean back, straighten that leg a little bit as if you were coming into reverse warrior. So we're going to come up and over this time and then move into like a reverse warrior. Good. Now, if this bothers the knee, that's a lot of pressure on this knee. We're not going to be here much longer. You can always add some extra cushioning under the knee. Last one here. Awesome. Hands down. And then you will extend the right foot out. I'm going to turn this direction just so you can see me a little bit better, but you don't need to turn. So the right foot is out. And we're going to do some hip rocks front to back. And again, you can tuck the toe under here, the left foot if you choose. You can bend the elbows and come all the way down. Just see where your flexibility is right now. Awesome. Oh, that is a great stretch. Right through the inner thigh. Do you feel that? Up into the hip. We'll do one more. And then leaning forward with your shoulders about over your wrists, we're going to rotate the foot, toe to the ceiling, foot flat. Really nice ankle mobility drill too. So we get rotation from the hip, some work through the ankle, and just some body awareness. Right? We are connecting the dots, thinking, processing, and then putting it into action. All right, we'll keep the sole of that foot flat, rise up, and then you're going to turn your right foot out. We're going to set warrior two. Good. And again, padding under this knee if necessary. And then you're going to lean back. I'm just resting my hand on my thigh. It looks something like reverse warrior. Not exactly. But then we're going to come all the way over and take a side stretch. And then we'll just move, leaning back and forward. Yeah, so this routine can be done as an everyday routine. It can be done as an evening routine before you go to bed, and even a morning routine. We're going to just kind of get into the whole body here, but knowing maybe you have some time restraints, hold here. So taking the time we have to treat our body with respect. We're going to come back to our knees. Tucking both knees under the hips, hands on the mat, and glide your body weight forward into a full plank. Good. And in this full plank, we're just going to rock a little bit front to back. Now, if it doesn't feel good to rock, hold your plank. Or you can work from the knees and do a double knee rock. So always options, always choices. Holding still. From our plank, we'll shift gears and move into downward dog. Whenever we're in downward dog, you have the option to take child's pose or dolphin pose. Check it out. You're on your forearms instead of your wrists, and you can shift your hips back. Both are wonderful postural exercises to lengthen your spine, decompress your spine. We'll walk our feet forward, holding in our forward fold. with our head hanging heavily, looking to the back of our mat, remembering what it feels like to breathe. Long, deep breaths. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Arms come overhead. Awesome. Feet are close together. We're going to come into chair pose. We're going to make some big circles coming in and out of chair pose, being mindful that we keep a little pelvic tilt. We don't arch the lower back. Feel your fingertips reach forward and then reach to the ceiling, joining your palms together. Big circles. Inhale up and hold. Swan dive down. Holding your forward fold, we're going to pedal out the legs, alternating knee bends, just shifting your weight a little side to side, and then take a peek under one arm and then the other. All right, holding still. Inhale, lift halfway up. We're going to lengthen our spine and do some alternating arm reaches. So send one arm forward. You want to feel your bicep just beside your ear, and then come down and switch. Big long breaths. Drawing your shoulder blade in towards your spine and then retracting it down your spine. Just one more. Taking a pause, we're going to reach for the mat and send our left leg behind us into our low lunge. Good, and just feel that nice stretch. Now we'll take some knee taps here. And when you're taking these knee taps, you might just then experience a bigger stretch through the front of the hip. You might also just find leaving the knee down feels best for your body. So you do what you like, right? I'm just here to guide you, give you suggestions, keep you accountable. And maybe you have just one takeaway. If you have one takeaway during today's practice, I ask that you write it in the comments section. I would love to hear from you. Let your knees stay down. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Now see if you can stand without moving your feet. So standing right up without moving that foot. We're going to come down to our knee and we're going to try that just one more time. So you're in a kneeling position. See if you can stand up. So that's something to work for if it's a challenge. We're going to hinge forward, coming into pyramid. And this is where our strength work comes in. Then you'll rise up. Now, if you feel like you'll do better bringing the back foot in a little closer, you can make that adjustment. So fold, tap down, and then stand up. We'll try two more. Strength from that front hip. Arms come overhead and hold. Still balancing. See me wobble a little? It's hard stuff. Pivot your back foot and bend your front knee. So now we are in warrior one. You can take your hands on your hips, square your hips off, belly button points forward, front knee is bent right over your ankle. We're going to add more movement, and we're going to take both hands onto the right hip, look back behind you, and then reset with arms overhead. Good, let's try four more here. Twist and lift. Twist and lift. One more. Arms up. Now we're going to face the side of the mat, pointing the toes to the side of the mat, forward folding. This is going to set us up for some nice low lateral lunges. So we're going to begin walking our hands from one foot to the next, side to side, opening up the hips. Now you can use your arm and kind of push the knee away so it doesn't collapse in. You can keep your feet flat. Work through your ankle. See what you can do to get your hips nice and low. We did some of this stretching already at the beginning of our practice. Try one more. Good. Hold here. Come on up to a standing position. And now we're going to take both hands circling off to the left, hinging at the hips, right? We did some hip hinging already from pyramid. Making a really big circle, full body circle. See if you can keep your head between your arms. Can you hear me breathing? Maybe I can hear you breathing from far, far away. When your arms come overhead, we're going to change directions. Again, head stays between your elbows and your fingertips brush over the tops of both feet. Ah, feels so good. Couple more. I love that. Arms come overhead. And now we're going to point our right foot to the front of the mat. Your left foot toes are still pointing to the side of the mat. And we're going to set up triangle. So you're going to reach forward first. Now you can have a little bend to this knee. And then I'm going to set you up with your hand on your leg. And I just want those fingertips to glide down your shin. You stop at any point, right? But the goal is you want to keep this top shoulder pinned back. The moment you feel yourself drifting down, look up and reset. So if there was a wall in front of us, the top hand would be pushing on the wall, and you try to get your hips to push against the wall, your belly button against the wall. You can think about that. But fantastic triangle pose. All right, hands come down. Come into your low lunge. Step both feet back. We are in our high plank. We'll transition with lowering our chest down, pointing our toes, chest up. Maybe you move into your cobra, and then downward dog, dolphin, or child's pose. Find your yoga breath. Feet move forward. We're going to stay here in our forward fold and lift halfway up, lengthening our spine. As we fold down, now our right leg goes behind us and we set up our low lunge, right? That front foot, when we look down, it's right underneath our gaze. So keep that in mind. You're looking straight down to this foot. Add some knee taps or just leaving your knee rest on the mat. Works for me if it works for you. Try to be light through your hands. Practice, practice, practice. That's what we're here for, just to practice. Okay, let's leave our knee down and then bring our arms overhead. Now we're going to go up and down 2 times. You're prepared for it because the first time I always feels like a test run. Tuck your back toe underneath and see what you can do to stand without moving your feet. That was our test run. So let's slowly come down. Try it again. Back foot, front foot, anchored to the mat, and lift up. Any better? Let's move then into pyramid pose, folding. And I had said this on the other side. If you feel better scooting the back foot in a little closer, go ahead and do that. Inhale, lift up. Just make the adjustments. Don't overthink, right? Sometimes we're our worst enemies because we overthink. Go with how you feel. And if it's not exactly the way it's written in the book, it's okay. You are writing your own book, right? This is your book. This is your yoga practice. You design and create your practice, your book, to what suits you. We have another fold here. This is our last one. Arms overhead. Take a little pause. We're going to transition to warrior one, pivoting our back foot flat, bending the front knee. Hands can be on hips to square yourself off. Arms up. And then we twist, look over our shoulder. Arms up again. Exhale. Inhale. How about two more? Reach right out through your fingertips. You're pressing down with your feet, grounding with your feet, reaching up through those fingers. Phenomenal. Hold warrior one. Now we're going to turn and face the side of the mat again. My back is to you right now. Your toes are pointing to the side of the mat. We're going to fold just like we did before, and we're going to move side to side, but this time, look, you're going to roll so your toes point up, and you'll move side to side just like that. You make the adjustments. If you can't quite get here, you figure out something that does work. So maybe you're up higher, lifting your hips. Maybe you're just like this. Ooh, right? So maybe you're just kind of like, hiya, little karate move. Hiya. Honestly, I don't do karate, but if I did, that's what my karate moves would look like. All right, one more. All right, then hold in the center. You're in your forward fold. I'm just going to turn to face you guys. You're in your forward fold. You're going to come up. And this time, you're going to turn your toes out. And you're going to come down into a plie squat with your fingers at your temples. We're going to do a little side bending and core strengthening here. So you're in your plie squat. Chest is up. Yep. Good. You keep going, side to side. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Okay, hold here. Stand. And now arms out. This sets us up for triangle. Your left toes point to the front of the mat. Your back toe, you're going to have to pivot to point to the side of the mat. Reach. And this is where I just want you to lower your bottom hand to your leg. Look to your top hand, point it up to the ceiling, and just glide your hand down as low as you can while keeping your chest open. You could put a block under your bottom hand as well. Phenomenal job. Hang in there, just a few more breaths. All right, come down into your low lunge, bend your front knee, and send both feet back for your high plank. Hold your high plank, chest lowers down. Point your toes for cobra, up dog, and down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. And from here, we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Ooh, hands come down. We're going to do a little balance work. So for today's balance, we are going to start in a quadricep stretch position, reaching for your foot. Now, I do want to tell you, if you have a wall or something to hold on to, feel free to use it. Otherwise, you're going to reach for your foot, bring your knees side by side. Send your other arm out, and then tuck your tailbone underneath, but try to keep your knees side by side. So while we are balancing here, for sure, we're getting some quadricep stretch going on. Now see if you can transition, letting go of your foot, and bring your knee up. Good. And then we're going to try to add a twist. Now, if you want, you can lower the foot down to take the twist and wrap your arms around. Good. Or you can lift your leg up and hold your twist here. Look forward. Let's try that on the other side then. Reach for your foot. Use something to help you stabilize your body if necessary. Tuck the tailbone under. Push your foot down into the mat. Good. And hang on for the ride. Super duper. Think about this. We're going to slowly let go of the foot and transition to bringing the knee up in front of us. Now you can put your toe down to add the twist, or set your twist with your knee up. Look forward. And voila, come on down to your mat. Right? I try not to edit out when I wobble and lose my balance, because we're all human. I lose my balance regularly, and it's part of the process, and just collecting myself, resetting and trying again, and not getting frustrated. Good. Not perfection, just practice. Arms up. And we're going to do some lateral bend work, looking under one arm and then the other. One more on each side. Feet are flexed, toes are up. And if you're wondering where George is, he is upstairs taking a nap with my husband. Isn't that nice? Arms up. Open wide and twist. Pull your chest over your knee. Yeah. Side to side. One more, each direction. Oh, that's some great stretching, gang. Look forward. We're going to keep our left leg extended and just pull your right foot in. Slide your right arm behind you. Now we're going to do some hip lifts. The sole of my foot is going to push into the mat, and I'm going to lift up. I call this dancing with the stars, but it's a great opener for the front of the body. A little strength work for this arm. Right, and it's also kind of a modified back bend. Just two more. And switch. So nice and tall. Hand goes back behind you. Push the sole of your foot down. Open through the front of your body. Exhale down. Fantastic work. Now keep in mind, in all my practices, and I do have a lot of longer practices videos out there on my channel, you don't have to do the whole length of the video. Hold here. Cross your legs. You could always pick a video, do half of it, pick a section of the video you want to work on, and just do that section. So it's not an all or none kind of mindset. Fingertips on shoulders. Big shoulder rolls, letting the heart rate come down. And then change directions. Hopefully you're feeling much better than you did when we started our practice. Let's take a little twist, look over your shoulder. And then from here, you can drop your chin down. You might turn your head a little bit to the side. See if you can access a stretch for your neck that you need, that your body's craving, whatever it looks like. Slowly untangle yourself, look forward, and let's try that on the other side. Good, so you can turn your head, look back behind you, ear drops to the shoulder. You might hold still. Last few weeks, I don't know, I've been sleeping wrong, or I've had a wrong pillow under my head, I don't know. But I have that stiff neck when I wake up in the morning. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So like I said, if you have a takeaway from today's practice, I would love to know what it was. If you have any questions or you want me to do something else in a video that you want to learn from, please give me a shout out. Let me know. But that being said, we're going to bring our arms overhead and conclude our practice, feeling restored, refreshed, renewed. Remember, hit like and subscribe. Give me a shout out, a comment, if you will. Namaste, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a great day.